Hello, everybody. As always, thank you so very much for watching. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. Um, this is about being aware. Okay, this is not about panic. This is not about um, anything other than awareness. All right. 2 weeks before the January 6th insurrection and riot at the Capitol, it was leaked to me the plans the Oath Keepers had, and I shared them on this site. I shared them on this platform. I shared them on this show. And while that is not the case at the moment, there has been information shared. That information now has been deleted. And I do want to show you here, if I can, real quick. I copied the sites I was going to reference in this episode, and you can see what happens when we click on them. The video is unavailable. This video is now private. All right. This was a YouTube video, had 3 of them. All 3 of the videos are calling for people to take the streets, and that it's time to overturn the injustice and reinstate Donald Trump as president of the United States, which is supposed to happen Friday the 13th. Now, what I'm going to be sharing is from again, the Department of Homeland Security has issued a warning, and they've issued it to federal or to state and local governments. You can look up that for yourself, and they specifically referenced, as have many of these QAnon videos, the 11th of August, which is Wednesday, and that there will be a go code is what they're calling it. A go code will be issued that the Department of Homeland Security, that FEMA, that the military, that they are all involved in this potential overthrow of the constitutionally elected government of the United States, which includes Republicans and Democrats as well as independents. And it is indeed, there will be a FEMA test conducted of the emergency alert system on August 11th. Now, that will include cell phones, it will include radio, and it will include television broadcasting. I imagine it will include some websites, some online services, but I'm not aware of that. What I am aware of is it is a potential go code to those that believe it is time for them to overturn an election and basically overthrow their constitutionally elected government. And one of the ways what they do, the 3 videos that I had planned on showing before they were all deleted by their owners, and rightly so, because there was some very damning information in those videos, as I said, including calling for people to take the streets and referencing the signal from FEMA, which would be the test of the emergency alert system. They communicate with something called shadow phone. Delete all communicated content on your friend's phone too. Everything's all encrypted. Now, supposedly these existed prior to January 6th, and a lot of communication has gone on this way. Actually, a vast global criminal network was taken down with the same technology, basically. that you can only talk to people on the phone, on the shadow phone, as long as somebody else is on a shadow phone as well. And all the phones were being provided by the FBI and various other law enforcement agencies, and they captured a whole bunch of criminals globally. And I did a part of an episode on that back when it happened. This is similar to what they're doing now. So my hope is that the federal government, the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, that the way they're finding out their information is by having infiltrated these groups, and they do not pose a threat at all. However, up until this morning, when I would go to my YouTube, when I would open YouTube and my YouTube page would pop up until this morning, there were probably 1/3 of the page was QAnon type videos, where they take small segments, 10 minutes of a obviously something taken from another platform, and they present it so that people looking for information can get the information. I'm not supposed to be seeing it. I'm not supposed to be aware of it. We're not supposed to be seeing it. We're not supposed to be aware of it. That's why I share it on here with you, just for you to think what you want, not to tell you how to think or what to think. And then these videos disappear. Well, this morning when I clicked on YouTube, about 1/3 of my page was prepper information. So YouTube, they will show you suggested recommended videos based on what other people are watching. So a lot of people are suddenly taking prepping serious 3 days before the 11th of August. And it's something to be aware of. One of the former generals on one of the networks was saying that the government's not taking this threat seriously. I want to end this with some numbers. All right, just raw numbers. There were 74 million people roughly who voted for Donald Trump in the 2020 election. 78 million voted for Biden, a 4 million victory. Now, roughly 1/3 of that 74 million believe that the vote was stolen. Okay, that's a large number. 30% of 74 million. But let's just say 3%. Okay, for 3%ers, because they believe 3% of the United States, 3% of the colonists were actually patriots and actually created the United States through their blood, sweat, and military violence, and which is a way for them to justify what they are hoping they will be able to do. 3% of 74 million is 2.2 million people. That's an awful lot of people, especially when most of them are incredibly well armed. All right, just something to think about. One final thing to think about is, if something does happen on this Wednesday, the 11th, look for it to happen at night. Look for it to happen the night of the 10th, which would be Tuesday night. Look for it to happen sometime overnight, Tuesday night leading into Wednesday morning, or look for something to happen Wednesday night leading into Thursday morning after the emergency, national emergency alert test. And that's all it is a test. But they say, but in their heads, and again, if people believe that John F. Kennedy Jr., Elvis, Princess Di, Michael Jackson, all visited Donald Trump while he was in the White House, they're going to believe that this is not just a test, but it's actually their go code. You know, it's their signal, it's their underground signal that this is the time to rise up. I believe a lot of them have a perverted view of Christianity as well. So they use the Bible and use Bible things to their glory, not to the glory of God, but that's a totally different episode. However, they will come like a thief in the night, is my prediction. if something happens. And man, I want to be a doofus so bad. I don't want anything to ever happen. Okay. It's not about panic. This is not about, because you don't want to panic. You won't be prepared. You won't be aware of what might happen. Okay. And that's what this is. But do not be surprised if something does happen, if they come like a thief, literally like a thief in the night to try to steal the government of the United States of America and make Donald Trump emperor of the world. It sounds absurd. It sounds crazy to most people. But if even 3%, 2.2 million people believe that, it's a lot of people, especially if the other 298 million aren't prepared at all or aren't aware that it could happen. And it could very easily. So I'm going to keep watching for, keep monitoring, hoping to get more information on what could come down. I'm going to be live probably tomorrow night. No, actually, let's do it tonight. It's, no, let's do it tomorrow night. I'll be live Monday at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we'll talk about all this and more. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will be reading the comments this time. Normally, I don't pay attention to them because, you know, almost or a lot of it is just negative against me, which means, you know, this isn't about me. This isn't a channel about me or making me great. This is a channel about giving you things to think about. So when people make comments about me, it's trying to distract you from what I'm actually presenting for you to think about. Just keep that in mind. One final thing I do want to share with you is the Trump card. Now, if you're from the Midwest, you might be familiar with a game called euchre, where there are Trump cards, or you might be familiar with a game called bridge, where there are Trump cards. Well, this is a totally different Trump card, and this is being put out by Trump himself through as an idea for a fundraiser. A Trump card, a card literally for his followers to carry. I talked about the white privilege card, and people were, oh, downplaying it. Oh, it's a joke. It's not, you know. Trump's most devoted MAGA followers might soon be flashing a Trump card to demonstrate their support for the defeated former president. It was an email sent out to potential supporters. And when I am live, we're going to be talking about some of the similarities about how things are right now and how they were in 1939 Germany, because somebody in the Trump business is incredibly fascinated with fascism and the Nazi Party, in my opinion. You know, just giving you something to think about. So thank you for watching this little episode, and I greatly appreciate you. I really do. And I am going to be in the comments, or I'm going to read the comments anyway on this episode, because I want to know what you think leading up to going live tomorrow night, Monday night at 10, the 9th of August. I will be live at 10 o'clock, and we'll be talking about all of this and more. So until then, again, thank you for watching. Blessings be upon you. Shalom, salam, peace. Man, the path that we try to take on this program is about peace and love and unity and understanding and acceptance. And that path is getting more and more narrow each and every day. I love you all. Thank you for walking along that path with me. Until next time, it is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. I love you sincerely. Be well.